I built my dream $4,000 streaming setup with the fastest streaming equipment. Okay, so for the gaming keyboard, I have this Ducky 1X Mini, which is a 60% gaming keyboard, which is perfect since I don't want a huge keyboard that's gonna be taking up so much room. But this Ducky gaming keyboard is still a very, very fast gaming keyboard. It actually uses this Ducky AI switch, and I'm pretty sure you guys can actually change like the actuation points, all that stuff in like the Ducky software. So maybe we can go ahead and make this thing as fast as like the Apex Pro, since we can go ahead and adjust the actuation point. But this keyboard also has rapid trigger. So overall, this keyboard is just gonna be really, really fast for gaming, streaming, all that stuff. But yeah, this right here is the Ducky 1X Mini, and this keyboard is actually a really, really heavy, high quality material gaming keyboard. You guys can already see like this keycap design, which is definitely really, really cool. And also it does come with more keycaps. You guys can see we have another spacebar key. We have a keycap puller. But yeah, this Ducky gaming keyboard does come in at about $100. So it's definitely not the cheapest keyboard, but also not the most expensive keyboard. And for the price, like I said, this thing definitely is a pretty premium gaming keyboard. Here is the sound test of this keyboard. So yeah, this keyboard definitely sounds really, really nice. The stabilizers are actually really, really nice. They feel really like premium, making this thing sound like a custom gaming keyboard. And then if you guys take a look at the switches, we have like the Ducky switches right over here. And we can go ahead and go into software and change the actuation points and also set up like the rapid triggers and stuff. And just making this keyboard a really, really fast gaming keyboard. And moving on, I do have the gaming mouse. And it is a gaming mouse from Pulsar. This right here is their X Lite ES gaming mouse, which is their esports tournament edition mouse. And I actually did review this mouse not too long ago, and I really, really do love this gaming mouse since it overall just feels super, super fast, and it is a really, really lightweight and small gaming mouse, which is going to be perfect for this gaming setup. But if you guys take a look at the specs, this mouse has an XS1 flagship sensor, as well as going up to 32,000 DPI, as well as having an 8,000 Hertz wireless polling rate. And then also something I've never seen from a gaming mouse before, if you guys want to go ahead and adjust like the DPI and stuff, there's an OLED display on the bottom of the mouse, which is definitely really, really unique. If I go ahead and change the DPI, you guys can see it has an OLED display just changing it, telling you every DPI we're going through, which is definitely really, really cool. And it also tells you how much battery the mouse actually has. But yeah, this is the Pulsar gaming mouse for the setup, and it's definitely a really, really nice mouse. It has a really nice like palm grip to the mouse. You guys can see I'm just like gripping this thing really, really easily. And also the switches coming from this mouse are definitely really, really fast. It just overall feels like a super, super premium and fast gaming mouse. But the best part obviously is how light it is. I'm pretty sure this thing's only like 48 grams, somewhere around there. It's super, super light, more light than like the super light, as well as like the Razer Viper V3 Pro. And then the size of this thing is honestly perfect for my hand. It's definitely smaller than like a normal size gaming mouse, but it still performs as a really, really nice gaming mouse regardless. Inside the box, we will also have the 8,000 Hertz wireless polling rate right over here. So we can go ahead and just connect this thing wirelessly. So yeah, definitely for a streaming setup, this is going to be a perfect gaming mouse. And it does come in at about $120. So it's definitely not too cheap, but it definitely is worth it for its price. And since this is a streaming setup, I do have this thing right over here, which I really do want to test out for streaming. This right here is the Cooler Master Master Hub, and it's basically like a device like the Elgato Stream Deck. But what's really cool is that all these parts right over here are just magnetic, so we can go ahead and take them out and basically arrange it however you guys want. And basically this part right over here is kind of like the Stream Deck. You can go ahead and set up whatever you want for each key. So if I want to go ahead and switch a scene, I can go ahead and just press one of these. And yeah, it's a really, really simple and easy device to actually set up. And I'm pretty sure this thing is not as expensive as the Stream Deck, and everything is just magnetic to this steel plate on the bottom. So yeah, you guys can go ahead and just arrange it in any order you want since it is magnetic. We have all these sliders right over here for like the audio and stuff. We have this thing right over here. Yeah, just a ton of stuff. I do want to go ahead and just mess around with it and see what I can do, since this thing is really, really helpful for whenever you guys like stream and stuff. You guys could still use this thing for like multitasking. If you guys want to go ahead and like go straight to Google or whatever, you guys can go ahead and press one of these keys and it brings you directly there. This thing is not only for streamers and content creators, anyone could use it. I'm gonna go ahead and focus solely on using it for streaming, since I am building this amazing streaming setup. All right, now moving on, I do have the gaming mouse pad. I basically just have a random mouse pad that was only about like $10. So this thing is really, really cheap, but I honestly just wanted to get a really cool design gaming mouse pad. So I ended up with this white liquid type of mouse pad And this thing is like an extra large size. You guys can see it fits a lot of room for this setup. And for only $10, the design is definitely really, really cool. Let's go ahead and test out like the glide. Obviously, this is nothing too crazy, but you guys can see from the glide, this is still a very, very solid gaming mouse pad, especially for the price. This is the cheapest thing in the setup. Also the cheapest quality thing in this setup as well. But even so, this thing is definitely really, really cool. If you guys are gonna use like a keyboard cam or whatever, I highly advise you guys go for like a really cool looking mouse pad like this one. It could be like a really cheap mouse pad, but just make sure it has a really nice design, which is definitely something I aim for. So yeah, definitely really, really perfect for this gaming setup, and it also is pretty cheap. Okay, so this is what the streaming setup is looking like. And you guys can see I also added this microphone right over here that is attached to this boom arm. This is the Fifine K669 microphone, which is about an $80 microphone. It's definitely not too cheap, but also not too expensive, but it's still a really, really good mic since the sound quality is amazing from this mic. And it's gonna be a really, really good mic for the streaming setup. You guys can see I already added it to the OBS software. And when I go ahead and start streaming, you guys will also listen to see how good the mic quality actually is. But yeah, this is the entire streaming setup. You guys can see it's powered entirely by this $3,000 gaming PC. Now that we have the upgrades on this PC, it makes it even faster for streaming. Also, I do have the Cooler Master Hub connected, and I do have it on like these default scenes. You guys can see if I wanna go ahead and go on YouTube and I press this button, it brings me directly to YouTube. So yeah, definitely really, really cool. This thing is like your personal Elgato stream deck for streaming, all that stuff. You guys can see we can adjust like the volumes, everything like that, which is gonna be perfect for streaming. Okay, so first off, we have the streaming PC, and it's this PC right over here, which I've actually built last month, and I literally had no use for it until now. This is about a $3,000 gaming PC, and I actually did take out the RAM as well as the graphics card, since I am gonna be doing some upgrades to this PC, just so I can make this a really, really fast streaming PC as well as a gaming PC. Perfect for multitasking as well as perfect for streaming. Now for the gaming PC, I did also pick up two things that actually upgrade the PC. Right over here, I actually have a completely different type of RAM. The RAM that I actually bought to build the PC with originally decided to have like RAM problems about a week after, so I went ahead and just picked up a brand new RAM from Corsair. It is 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM, and this one doesn't actually have RGB, but from what I've heard, Corsair actually has really, really good RAM. So we're gonna go ahead and place this onto the PC. And then over here, I have a brand new graphics card that I'm gonna go ahead and actually place onto the PC. Previously, the PC did have the RX 7800 XT, but I'm gonna go ahead and replace it with the RX 9070 XT, which is a much faster and newer graphics card. And I think it's gonna pair really well with the CPU that's already inside of the PC. So we're gonna go ahead and upgrade the PC with these two new upgrades, just so we can go ahead and stream a lot better with the PC as well. It's gonna help us stream and multitask a lot smoother. Okay, so first let's go ahead and place the new RAM inside of this PC build. And I'm pretty sure this set of RAM is actually a lot more expensive compared to the previous RAM I actually placed onto the build. I think the previous one was only about like $60, while this one was close to $100. So yeah, we have this DDR4 RAM. Let's go ahead and place it inside now. Go ahead and just slide it in the second and the fourth slot. I literally couldn't even use other RAMs from my other PC builds, just because literally every build I have actually uses DDR5 RAM. This is literally the only PC that has DDR4 RAM. So let's go ahead and place that in just like that. Okay, we have the RAM set up now. Let's go ahead and actually place the RX 9070 XT inside of this build. It's not gonna be a huge upgrade for the GPU, but I'd much rather have a newer graphics card compared to the RX 7800 XT. All right, let's go ahead and place this graphics card inside. Boom, there we go. We have the graphics card set up now. And I just realized that it actually takes 3 4-pin connectors. So let's go ahead and just first place the first 2. And then I'm gonna go ahead and actually connect another PCIe cable to the power supply. Okay, so this is what the streaming PC is looking like now. Let me go ahead and actually turn this thing on to show you guys the RGB, because it looks really, really good. Boom, there we go. You guys can see the PC. This thing looks absolutely insane. And now that I actually placed the RX 9070 XT inside, this PC is good to go with streaming. I think the total cost of this PC is somewhere close to $2,500. So this PC should be able to run any game and also stream at like 1080p really, really smoothly. Also, the RGB does run all across this PC case. You guys can see from the bottom all the way to the top, which is definitely really, really cool. This is a Be Quiet gaming PC as well. So definitely a really, really good PC, since it's gonna be really, really quiet while I'm actually streaming as well, and not also overheating. Now, taking a look at the max FPS this streaming gaming PC could actually get, Currently, I'm not streaming, but we're running about 590 to 600-ish FPS. So yeah, definitely really good FPS coming from the PC. And we're still running about 480 to 550 FPS as I'm building. Yeah, you guys can definitely tell the PC is still very good. The FPS coming from this PC is just insane. And then this Ducky gaming keyboard is actually really fast. Like I said, I did set the actuation point to 0.1. And all my edits and my builds definitely feel really responsive. I also really do like the sound of the switches. It's like really quiet, but also sounding like really crisp. Almost sounds like a custom gaming keyboard. And then for the mouse, obviously this thing is an insane gaming mouse. It's like super lightweight and responsive. And honestly, it might be like the best gaming mouse I've ever used. It's definitely up there with like the Superlight and the Razer Viper V3 Pro. All just feeling super fast and being a very lightweight mouse. But let me go ahead and actually set up the OBS now. And we're gonna go ahead and also take a look at the FPS we get once I actually start a stream up. And for the stream, we're gonna be using these presets right over here. For the video encoder, obviously, since I do have an AMD GPU, we're gonna go ahead and use this AMD preset. And we're gonna be streaming at a 1080p resolution with 60 FPS. So let's go ahead and start up a stream now. Let's take a look at the FPS we're getting now. Okay, so in creative, there's really like not much difference. I think it only dropped a little bit. We're only running about like 450 to like 540 FPS. So streaming definitely has no problems at all for in creative. You guys can see there's like no frame drops or anything. Also no latency, none of that as well. And while I'm streaming, taking a look at the max FPS we're getting still in an actual game. Right now, we're actually running about like 220 to 240 FPS. But once we land in, it's gonna be a lot more accurate just because the Squid Game map just has like performance issues. But let me go ahead and unmute the mic to see how good the sound quality is. All right, testing the sound quality. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'm gonna leave it at like the keyboard sounds because this thing just blocks the camera view. Yeah, landing in, we're still getting about like 210 to 230-ish FPS. Okay, yeah, we're literally running about like 320 FPS now. You guys can see the performance is definitely a lot better now. Running pretty consistently at 310-ish FPS. I'm gonna check on the live stream chat in a little bit. I think the sound quality from this mic should be still pretty good. I will also have this live stream linked in the description for you guys to check it out for yourself, just so you guys can see like the sound quality, the stream quality, all that stuff for yourself. I don't know how many people is in the chat for the stream, but whoever there is, shout out to you guys for being subscribed. It is coming from my second channel, so this guy real? Oh, what the 44? Bro. Okay, GG's. Yeah, we're literally still running about like 320-ish FPS. It doesn't even like dip that much difference from what we got in creative. Yo, chat, let me know if like the mic audio is good as well. Let me actually quickly check on the chat real quick. Listen to how it sounds like. Okay, it doesn't even sound that bad actually. It doesn't even sound that bad. We're good. We're in the clear. Can't really hear. Yeah, because what you call it, my mic is on my keyboard. The mic is actually on the keyboard, not the desktop thing, whatever it's called. All right, let's go key people, bro. Up. Up here. Bro, no way. Bro, I have a freaking tack. 20? Cracked. I think even in a fight before, we didn't even get like any crazy frame drops, anything like that. I think it still ran like above like 270 FPS. I do have to check it back. Also, I do really like this keyboard. It actually sounds really good and feels pretty fast as well. I did set it to the 0.1 actuation point, like I said. Same thing with the mouse. It is a really lightweight and like fast mouse. Okay, that guy's not real. Is there a better shotgun for us? Nope. No way. I don't have a shotgun for this, bro. I don't have a good shotgun, please. Crack. 200. All right, we're still not getting performance drops, so the FPS is still very consistent. Oh, crap. 200. Performance still really consistent at above like 280 FPS. What the? Full box. Cracked. 200. All right, let's continue going and keying people because this setup is actually really fast. Okay, free in there. What the? 200. I didn't even see this guy. I honestly didn't even see this guy. I'll take that. The streams have no issues. So the stream is running really smoothly. The game is running really smoothly. $200. $200. What? Okay, GG's. He ran away. 200. Does he have spaz? Yes. This guy's not real. But he's gonna edit. He's gonna edit. 200. All right, bro. We're literally running 290 FPS, and everyone just there's mad people. Holy crap! Break this tree. Heal. Oh, he's one. This guy's one. Hold up. $200. Let's freaking go, bro. Let's go. Literally no FPS drop the entire game, even when streaming. Let me check on the stream. Like, it should be pretty smooth, right? Yeah, the game was definitely running really smooth, and the stream was also running smooth, bro. Let's go, bro. GG's. That was actually a good stream, too.